The Minnesota Timberwolves have the perfect draw to pull an upset. This team is 17-4 since the beginning of March. This has been one of the best NBA teams in the league over the past 2 months, and now they draw the Los Angeles Lakers, where Ant is going to be able to get downhill with ease. Yes, they have Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt. I'm not too worried about it. They have the defense, and then on top of the slashing ability and the scoring ability of Anthony Edwards, they got guys that can go down low, like Julius Randle. And who does Los Angeles have for that? They are 14-3 since his return from injury. They were 5-8 without him in the lineup. And over the last 17 games, Julius Randle is averaging 19.1 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, 5.5 assists on 53% shooting from the field and 38% from beyond the arc on about 4 attempts per game. Those are really good numbers. And Randle has developed into a guy that has become their second isolation scorer. It took a little while, but he has eventually gotten there, and this Timberwolves team has grown and developed together. Watch right here as he drives, lets Ant attack this closeout by Quentin Grimes, and get right downhill, finding Rudy Gobert for the easy little push shot right there. Now, once again, getting downhill on Christian Braun, attacking the mismatch, which is what we will see a lot of in this Lakers series. He is 6'9", 250. He's a big bully. He's tough to stop going downhill because he is a load going into the paint, showing off the little mid-range right there. And then you got his co-star in the front court, and that is Naz Reid, who is every bit as tough to deal with, maybe even more so, because he is so much smoother with the rock. On the year, he's averaging 14.4 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, a block in 27 minutes per game on 46% shooting from the field, 39% from 3 on about 6 attempts. That's great numbers for a guy like Naz Reid, who can get into the paint at 6'9". He's listed at 265, but he's probably slimmed down a little bit since he first came into the league, so he's probably sitting at about 250 right now as well. And if you look at the Lakers roster, who do they have that's going to be able to, well, yes, they have Jackson Hayes to guard Rudy Gobert, but who do they have for now Julius Randle and Naz Reid? Is it going to be Jared Vanderbilt? I'm assuming that's like the only good option they have in the front court defensively, because Dorian Finney-Smith is going to be tied up elsewhere. I guess Rui Hachimura you could throw at him, but that's still a little bit undersized, it feels like, and you want to use him to combat some of these wings that the Timberwolves have. It feels like a little bit of a mismatch. Now, as for Rudy Gobert, we just flashed the efficiency numbers up on screen, but over his last 11 games, he has been a monster. 18.6 points per game, 14.5 rebounds, and about a block per game. He's once again anchoring a top 5 defense here in Minnesota, and he's just moving different. Like, he wasn't just bullying dudes for this entire season. He looks ready to go. He looks ramped up for a playoff push. Get out of my way. This one's going up, and it's going in on the offensive rebound. And then right here, once again, we talked about Ant attacking, finding Gobert in the lane for the little push shot. I love that look a lot. And then watch the positioning right here on the offensive rebound. Ant puts the shot up, and he completely seals off the right side of this rim, gets the board, and goes right back up with it. Same thing, does it with the left side this time, gets it, reverse dunk. Jaden McDaniels is flexing. Now we got to talk about Ant, the superstar, the megastar. Everything for Minnesota runs through this man, who averages 27.6 points per game. He also averages about 5.8 rebounds and 4.6 assists, and he's doing it on 44% shooting from the field, 39% from 3. And the crazy part is about his 3-point percentage is there's only 5 guys in the league right now that's taking 10 or more threes per game. That's LaMelo Ball, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Brandon Miller, and of course, Anthony Edwards. There are 3 really elite 3-point shooters. Well, 2, I guess you could say. LaMelo is not one of them. 34% on 11.2 attempts per game. That's not going to cut it. Brandon Miller, a little bit better. Almost 36% on 10.9 attempts. A little bit of hope there. Same thing with Tatum, 35% on about 10 attempts. That's all right. It's not spectacular. Then you got Steph at 40% from 3 on 11.2 attempts. That's elite. That's Hall of Fame numbers right there. And then Anthony Edwards, 39.4% from 3 on 10.2 attempts per game. He's got 320 3-pointers made this year, winning the championship for 3-pointers made in the season by 1 over Malik Beasley, who jokingly tried to like, hey, I got you, and then Ant goes out and drops 40-something on the last game of the season on the Jazz. Over his last 7 games, ramping up for the playoffs, he's averaging 32 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game, and 4.6 assists per game on the year, which is what I'd like to see. More passing out of him, getting other guys involved. He's drawing so much attention, and then getting his teammates involved right here with Dante DiVincenzo for the easy 3-ball, and then up top, the lob was there for Gobert, but that time he scores it. He does whatever he wants, really. At 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan and unlimited bounce. He can finish both ways right here, getting to the spin move to the right hand, and then on this next play, coming off of this little pin down and getting there with the left hand. He can do it both ways. That's huge for a guy in the NBA. We see guys like Jaylen Brown. Of course, the joke is he can't go left. Then hitting the pull-up three. On pull-up threes this year, Anthony Edwards is 39% on 7.5 attempts per game. He takes and makes 4 pull-ups per game, which is ridiculous numbers for a guy that's known as a slasher, who has now become the best three-point shooter in the league other than Steph Curry, because Steph makes 4.5 pull-up threes per game. Steph can't do what Ant does getting downhill, though. Ant getting to his spot in the mid-range. That is very Jordan-esque. Like right here, Jordan and Kobe-esque with the little mid-range game, jab step right into the jumper. Tell me that's not shades of his two idols that he models his game after, that any modern-day shooting guard with tons of athleticism models they get their game after. But he's like Jordan and Kobe with a touch of Steph Curry. That's how crazy this dude is. 40.5% shooting from the 3-ball on the catch and shoot on 2.6 attempts per game. He's also really clutch. Watch this game, a must-win game against Philadelphia. That's been the telltale story of the Wolves all season. They play down to their competition, but they also play way up to their competition. But he closed this one out, including this ridiculous fadeaway three-pointer against Philadelphia to ice this game with 7 seconds left. He's got that clutch factor. He should be All-NBA first team. He's played in 79 games this year, so he's well over the threshold to make it. There are 4 locks, in my opinion, with Shea, with the Joker, with Jason Tatum, and with Giannis Antetokounmpo. That leaves one spot open for one man, and I think that man's going to be Anthony Edwards. You can't tell me that Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, or Cade Cunningham is having a better season than Ant right now, who averaged almost 28 points per game and was the most efficient three-point shooter in the league, other than the greatest sniper of all time. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. Let's talk about a little bit of the supporting cast here, which is going to be huge against the Lakers. Nickeil Alexander-Walker needs to have a big series. He's averaging 9.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists in 25 minutes per game this year, and has been a really solid piece all year long. He's played in a ton of games, played in almost 80 this year. You got Dante DiVincenzo, who since his injury has been on another level, averaging about 13.7 points, 4.1 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and 1.3 steals in 27 minutes per game. He has been on fire from deep, shooting 44% from 3 since returning from injury and 46% from the field, which is great because he did not look good over his first 25 games, to put it bluntly. 8.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists on 35% shooting from the field and 32% from 3. Just not good whatsoever. But they are 13-4 since his return. He and a combination of him and Julius Randle's return from injury has been huge for this Wolves team because they had to go young and play guys like Rob Dillingham, play guys like Terrence Shannon Jr., and now they get their veterans back, and they're looking solid. Although Jalen Clark is a really nice young guy to have. You also got to talk about Mike Conley, who has been hooping a little bit. He's always going to be there. He's always going to be knocking down that smooth lefty jumper. And then we got to give a shout-out to Jaden McDaniels here, who, yes, he can create for himself a little bit, and I'd like to see more of him. He's been playing very well down the stretch. I think this Timberwolves team has a fantastic matchup against the Lakers. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for about 300 likes on today's video. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching.